Sergeant First Class Mark Wood. Sergeant First Class Mark Wood.
catching everyone off guard.
That was my fault, everybody. And I apologize greatly for it. My name is Quinn Sullivan. Thank you so much for joining us today on our second episode of A Crusade of Thorns, the Anarch Chronicle. Boom goes the Dynamite. Today, I am going to be joined again, and happily joined by Luscious Locks Sean himself. Throck.
I need a haircut.
No.
Hi.
Grow it out. Just
Okay.
Flip it.
No, it doesn't go back. I've tried. Did you throw out your neck? I hope you actually threw out your neck.
Oh no!
And there goes the overlay. It took less than 2 minutes for someone to turn off their camera. Awesome. Yeah, my name is Eli. I'm going to be played by the Celts this evening.
Sorry, you guys.
Well,
Whoop.
do I want to fix that now, or do I want... Yeah, I want to fix that now. Guys, quick technical problems. My apologies. We'll be right
Why
back.
don't I talk about the charity? Why don't I just talk about the charity while you fix it?
Yeah, talk about the charity for
phone
me.
and it hit my
Okay.
keyboard and it did something to my camera, man. I'm so sorry.
You're cool. All right, so as he fixes that, hi, I'm Throck. I'm one of the storytellers here for Crusade of Thorns, and we are supporting Rainbow Railroad as we go through these. So we would hope you would join us in supporting this amazing charity. Rainbow Railroad supports exists to help LGBTQAI plus people get out of danger to somewhere safe. There are a ton of different countries in the world where LGBT folk cannot live freely, and so what Rainbow Railroad does is in the tradition of the Underground Railroad finds a way to get them out, and they provide micro grants to people to allow them to be able to travel. And I'm going to share the donation link with you right now in chat. If you are interested in supporting this charity, we will be raising funds for it throughout the course of that campaign. That link takes you directly to their website. So we hope you will join us in supporting Rainbow Railroad. And I don't know that he's done yet, so I'm going to keep talking. Here's the thing. They're great.
Not done yet.
Last year, they helped something like 800 people and their families get out of... oh, there it is. I think we're back. Get out of dangerous situations. And that's really amazing. And if you need more information about the setting that we're in right now, I am also going to share with you the Camarilla and Sabat setting books so that you can read up on all the people and places that exist within the world that we have created. This is the Cam book. See, look at me. I'm just vamping for you here. And here is the Sabat book. Let me copy the thingy here, copy link address, and we have all sorts of, the Sabat, the Cam book, you're allowed to read it too, just don't metagame, okay, Portia? Portia's in our Sabat game and is incredibly excited, and I love it, and she is the ductus of the Sabat pack, and so I think everyone in this stream and my stream should watch out for that murder hobo.
Perfect. And now, Eli
Okay.
has a big head. Sorry, dude. Anyway, why don't we go around the horn real quick and introduce our favorite kindred, vampires, anarchs, all the one and all the same. And we'll start with Connery.
Okay, on the spot. Hi, everybody. I am the Connery. I am the editor-in-chief and co-founder over at Devil's Luck Gaming. Tonight, I will be playing Redcap, a very surly, apparently has been dubbed plucky, Gangrel.
Plucky Gangrels. And then we'll go over to the lovable Nosferatu.
Hey guys, Paul, Psychotic Monk. I play here locally with Soul Bear, and then I also do a little bit of playing over on Welcome to the Party. And those are pretty much the only places you can find me at this time. Twitter is @Monk2774.
And then rounding it over to our good friend, the charming Toreador.
Hey everyone, I'm Tim playing Marion the Toreador. You can find me on Twitter as Skella_Tim. And I also play in a Pirates game called Walk the Plank on Sunday nights, 8 p.m. And they kind of roleplay. But for now, you'll see me gracing your presence as Marion. Mr. Marion, depending on the company.
That is easily solvable, people in chat. Give me 1 second here.
That just reminded me to open the roll 20.
Yeah, you should probably open up roll 20. It's going to be a weird game if you can't roll your dice.
We're going for more of an improv feel tonight. We're gonna freeform it.
Yep, exactly. Anyway, yeah, that's weird. I don't know why the music volume was turned all the way up. But finally, bring it around all the way home is our good friend. His name is Celts.
How's it going, everybody? Hopefully my antics are at a minimum or they're out of the way for the evening. Yeah, I'm the Celts. I'm going to be playing Eli. And we're going to see if we get blown up today.
Sweet. And with that, let's just get right into the Crusade of Thorns. Anarch, Episode 2, Boom Goes the Dynamite. Our chronicle began last week with its premiere. The coterie here was invited over to the domain and haven of a one Salvador Garcia, a notable, prominent anarch inside of the communities, and one of the noted leaders who had a bit of a mission for them. To find Hamilton Wynn, who has gone missing. For reasons unbeknownst to them, and why he wanted him found still remains elusive. So, the coterie began their investigation, which led them from North Pasadena, where a reporter was investigating into a massive fire that burnt two couples alive in their home. And then their investigation led them to the Catania Gentlemen's Club, a notable hang of the Costa Nostra gang of Los Angeles. And upon there, they spoke to another associate of Mr. Hamilton Wynn, the missing Nosferatu. And it led them over finally to a warehouse in Long Beach where they found a number of clues, including, and not limited to, a charred spot where an exploded Molotov cocktail was found, a small mechanical fly, like an interesting bug, a green jade necklace, and then finally a notable area of casings scattered onto the ground, which easily led them to the confusion that Hamilton Wynn was led into a trap. Their investigation continued to a false walls door that led directly into the sewers underneath Long Beach. And keeping watch, the Toreador, as Toreador does, did not want to get dirty and remained to stay upstairs and watch. And thank God he did, because as the rest of the coterie was down in the sewers investigating in the muck and grime of the entire area, Marion spotted a few unusual things. Cars driving up directly into the warehouse. Looking over into the outside the first floor windows, he saw a bunch of men exit out of their vehicles with notable weapons and also cases of dynamite, and to which he sprinted back to the entrance, warned his coterie about the impeding danger, heard a clashing of the windows, and has now a stick of dynamite directly in front of his feet. And with that, let's get right into it. So, exactly where we left off. Marion, you currently have a stick of dynamite lit by the fuse directly in front of your feet. It has landed literally inches away from your toes. What are you going to do?
I'm going to kick it away and scatter. Just getting down to the sewers and going to try to run away from it.
Okay. So, easily done, but make an athletics check for me to see how far you're capable of kicking it.
Oh, that's not something I'm good at.
Or having flashbacks to kickball and gym.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Don't be the kid that whips.
Oof. So it's athletic strength?
Yes.
All right.
I'll give you dexterity, actually.
Ooh, yes. Athletics dexterity, my favorite.
All right.
It succeeds. Thank God for that. Okay, that's a 6. I'm taking these off. I can't read the screen. And as you do, you look at the dynamite, you kick it away from you, and it goes spinning across the warehouse, landing directly in front of a number of boxes that say "Warning Flammable" in front of it.
Oh, good. Yeah, cool.
You sprint back downstairs, and Coetrie, Redcap, Dante, Eli, you all see Marion come barreling down the stairs, and he is scattered all throughout the in almost out of a breath, in some sort of worried state. And also, at this moment, Marion, the smell hits you, and it is disgusting down here. You guys are currently in the muck, and in a matter of seconds, you see him scattering downstairs. What do you all do?
Is there a door that's part of the sewer system, not part of the building above, but something, native to when the tunnels were built?
Currently, no. What you see is a gate leading out to the ocean side, the west side of the sewers, which is some sort of discernitive exit. And to the east, to your right, you see the sewers continuing down somewhere into the city of Long Beach.
I'm going to head down that path, using my celerity just to get away. He announced that there was dynamite, right?
No, he just said, "Boys, we got trouble."
Oh, okay. Then, what do you mean we have trouble? Why are you so eager
Dynamite,
to
Tommy guns.
And you have a shockwave barreling down the entrance from the stairs in which he exited out of, and you just feel that sudden rush of wind, and it deafens your ears, and it starts ringing, especially those who had heightened senses on, like Dante.
Nope. I had turned it off.
Oh, that's right, you did. Because it smelled too bad. Good
yes.
call.
Nope. Okay. Well,
I had Eyes of the Beast up. That doesn't affect. I had eyes selected.
Yeah, you had eyes on. Correct.
My
yes.
manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Even though it is still loud, and you can smell that sensation of some sort of fire, some sort of flame.
Marion, I do believe you have a little bit more explaining to do than just trouble, dynamite, Tommy guns.
I'll explain after we get the hell out of here. Now, where's the quickest way out?
The quickest way currently is actually the exit onto the beach.
We're hitting the beach.
Well, hold on a minute. Nothing's going to be coming through that to us. We might have a second to kind of go over what we should be doing right now. Nothing's going to come through those flames, kindred or otherwise.
Yeah, what's the structural integrity?
What exactly did you see?
Tunnel we're in.
The structural integrity seems sound, despite the more modern economics of dealing with Los Angeles' sewer systems. They are quite built and well built during this time. They're actually somewhat brand new. But Dante, per your last bestial failure, you feel and hear the whisper of the beast. It is begging you to get away from the fire. It is whispering inside your skull, leave. We need to go now. We need to get out of here. It's dangerous. We need to leave. We can't go anywhere else, but we need to get out of this tunnel. The fire's going to come down here.
I run toward that gate that leads to the beach, since that seems to be the fastest way out.
It seems the fastest way out, but I want everybody to make awareness checks. So it's going to be wits plus awareness.
Any bonus from eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that my protean skill, or is that just...
Also, I realize now I could have used fleetness when I kicked away that dynamite. Oops.
What level celerity do you have?
3.
You could have blinked the dynamite back into their hands.
I don't think that's Marion's style. He's a runner, not a fighter.
The fun of learning the boundaries of your powers.
This is actually going to be more of an audio thing more than a sight thing.
Okay.
Connery.
Okay. That's why I was asking if it would affect it.
Yeah.
So, No modifier then. Okay. Button and see what happens. Boom.
Ooh!
Ooh.
Well then.
I'm not the only one going crazy.
No, this is a problem because the gangrel compulsion is a problem.
Thank God it's not a clan compulsion. You too feel the hunger. You need to feed. And luckily for the beast, it knows and it hears. At least, well, you wouldn't know, but you need to feed onto some morsel. You have 3 perfectly good kindred here to feed off of.
Well, like I said, when that feeling came upon me, I took off toward the iron bars. You said there was like a grate that led toward the beach side.
Yes, but that's where you actually hear 2 men coming along their patrol route, entering in. And you see from beyond the locked grate flashlights sort of off in the varying distance.
Okay. I instantly use my shadow and go invisible.
Okay. Roll me a rouse.
Does that one require the rouse?
That obfuscate ability?
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're moving.
Cloak of Shadows is a free.
Oh, Cloak of Shadows.
Yes.
If you're not moving, it's free. If you move, you need to spend the rouse.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I will be moving, so. All right, here we go. There we go.
Nice. And you go invisible. Is there anything else the rest of you would like to do at this moment?
I'll let them take their choices before, because I'm in compulsion mode right now.
Yeah, is
You're hungry.
Check what my
It is the
hunger
hunger compulsion, just so you understand.
Yeah, I want to double check my hunger compulsion rules.
Is Redcap visibly like disturbed? Like if we were just to look at him, could we tell something was going on with him? Or
He's
I'll leave that to you.
he's uncharacteristically still.
okay, so I think Eli would probably step in to like kind of come on. We need to go after Dante. We can't just sit here. And then I'd try to like, come on, what's wrong with you, Redcap? And grab you to try to kind of pull you along. Marion, let's go.
The second you put a hand on him, he slaps it away full force with all of his strength. I'll be
What
right.
is the matter with you guys? A little bit of fire and an explosion, and you lose your mind. What's wrong with you?
He's still got Eyes of the Beast on too, so it's glaring red eyes. He looks right into yours. I'll be right along. Go.
Marion, let's go. And
You don't have to tell me twice. Let's.
I'm on Dante's heels.
Did I see the flashlights coming?
You did.
Where? Could you paint the scene again? Like, what are like? Do I have a way forward and a way backwards? Is there that room
You
we
could
can
go
hide
back
in?
up into the warehouse. You could go eastward into the city, or you could go directly outside the sewer gates into the beach. But at that moment, when you try and look over to the exit leading to the sewer gates, is where you see 2 agents in full black and white suits coming down, dressed in Tommy guns, saying they flash their flashlights in there, kind of look around, and they spot you.
Jumping into the room to hide from Tommy gunfire, or jumping into the heading to the east.
Oh wait, sir! What is, sir? Your associate. But sir, we need you to step out of the grates. Come on down right now.
What's in front of me when I jump in that direction?
These 2 men.
Oh, it's towards the east?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought they were at the sewer grates.
Oh, they are at the sewer grates. They're outside the beach to the west. To the east, there is nothing. You could run.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not just running. I'm blinking. I'm just going.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Marion. So I also will use blink, and just to kind of get out of my last seen position, and head down where there's no opposition.
Is there anyone around other than these guards?
I'm sorry?
Is there anyone around other than these guards?
No.
Unless
That
you can
know
see,
of right now.
unless you can see through my cloak of shadows. So,
No, they don't.
okay.
Since it's a compulsion,
Okay.
and I believe the compulsion has an override on proclivities and preferences,
Mm-hmm.
everyone hears a deep, deep growl. What sounds like bone snapping and sinew stretching. And I'm gonna shapeshift into the biggest fucking dog you can imagine.
Okay. And with
Halfway between an Irish wolfhound and a timber wolf.
Okay. But they're going to be able to get to go first, and so they are going to roll their firearms checks, and they're going to begin opening fire directly.
I will reflexively activate my fortitude.
Okay.
Level 2.
Go ahead.
So I need to make a rouse check. Hunger goes up.
You are one hungry boy.
Yeah. So that fortitude allows me to reduce any damage done to me by half, and then half again if it's because it's just pistols.
It's Tommy guns. They're rifles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's still not. It's still technically firearms, so it doesn't count. It's superficial damage.
Okay.
Yeah, all non-fire and sun or claw is superficial damage to vampires. All superficial damage to vampires is halved unless the rule states otherwise. And then fortitude reduces it even more down to a minimum of 1.
These are the special agents. Brock?
Oh.
So it's not superficial and ouchies.
Yep. Okay. So here we go.
Then we might have something else on our hands. Because if they start causing that. Okay. I have to roll dodge.
Yes, please. Everybody has to roll dodge. It is not difficult, though.
Athletics, dexterity.
That is correct. Dex
athletics.
Dex athletics for your dodge rolls. Anyone? Yeah.
I think I might have a higher stat now.
For Dex and athletics?
No, I'm in the middle of my shapeshift. Never mind.
Dante takes cover amongst one of the inside some sort of alcove that he found that's able to fit himself only. Marion, you do the same, and red cap. You really want to go and feed on those guys. And the wolf almost perfectly dodges his way over inside of there too. The bullets just easily, your fleetness of feet kind of almost nimbly make their way across the sewer grates here.
You ever see Wolf's Rain?
A what?
Wolf's Rain?
No.
Anime? There's
Like
a lot of dogs dodging bullets in that.
Then it's perfectly aligned with that.
Yeah. So just to let you know, for Eli's sake, the Tommy gun's going to add 2 damage.
Okay.
And so it would be a total of 3 damage. Normally so for future rules reference for everyone, normally automatic weapons, you can choose where you disperse the successes to, but having only gotten 1 net success, it only makes sense to put that on 1 person.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that would be a total of 3 aggravated.
Okay, so Eli, you take 3 aggravated damage.
Good.
As the bullets do sort of, one hits into your shoulder and straight into your gut, and it's not like a typical firearm where the bullets really wouldn't hurt you all too well, but this one seems to burn like as if you were a mortal being shot, and the third one swishes by over your head as you collapse onto the ground.
Is there any kind of cover or?
We'll get back to you. We're currently at Conry, who is closer to the firefighters. No, shooters. There we go.
He's going to maul the nearest one.
Okay. First, I want you to make a strength plus athletics check to see if you could knock down this locked gate.
I have in wolf form. I have a 6 die pool for that.
That's yeah.
So I need to. How would I roll that? Just a straight up. I need to roll a die pool that is not connected to one of these things. Oh wait, no. Strength athletics is 5 dice. I'll add to give myself a +1 with the system.
Yeah, you would just give yourself a bonus dice on the little rollery thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then +1. Well, bam.
Oh, perfect. You crash through the gate, notching it off of its hinges. It kind of slides in front of the ground, and these agents in Men in Black don't seem all too happy as they begin unloading again. And one is directly firing onto you, the other is firing back into the dodgeway. Did you want to do something to prevent that, Conry?
I feel he would be automatically attempting to get out of the way, but also his main intent was to just straight up attack them. The second get in range. So yeah, they can shoot at him, but he wishes to make that more difficult by pulling out their jugulars.
Okay. Oh wait. Actually, why don't you roll what you want to roll to attack one guard who is going to shoot onto you? Since you're within melee range now.
Another 4. Oh.
Ooh. I don't think he's gonna succeed.
By the way, so whatever the margin is, add 1 to that because of wolf teeth.
Yeah, you kill him. Your teeth sink into his neck, and you can feel the sanguine nature of his life essence kind of sip into your gullet, and it pours down. You're feeding as well, correct?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
he's not letting go right now. It's a combination. Watching a wolf drink while it bites something should be very unnerving to anybody.
Yeah, exactly. And you can what is your current hunger at? Do you want to finish him off? Of course, you don't have a choice. The beast is
no, yeah, I'm hunger compulsed. He's draining this guy down to nothing.
Yeah, exactly. So why don't you mark your hunger down to 0 now? And just so another rules reference, you can only mark your hunger down to 0 if you kill the victim that you're feeding off of. But you also lose hunger.
He's also doing that, like, you ever see a dog go after a rope toy? Mm-hmm. The head shakes it. You just hear the bones snapping as he shakes the body back and forth, because he's full wolf size, so most people don't realize how big wolves actually are.
They're No, I've seen a few. They're scary. Okay, so I'm gonna say the beast is a little distracted, currently eating its meal. If that's fair. Mm-hmm. And the other Section 33 agent, obviously distraught, but obviously a Stark soldier, takes his Tommy gun to fire it onto you.
Okay. Now, since I had that compulsion to get out of here, and I see that way opened now, and that was where I was initially heading before they opened up fire, I am going to be running in that way and then activate Soaring Leap and basically right into that other agent and bowl him over in order for me to get out.
So the way I picture it in my head is you find a surface to kind of flip over and then barrel outwards,
Right.
like a torpedo.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so that is... So Soaring Leap is... where did that go again? Soaring Leap.
Soaring Leap is a free. It
Yeah.
doesn't require any rouse.
Right.
But
No
it
rouse.
should be dexterity and athletics
Okay.
against his dexterity
Okay.
and athletics. Yeah, this guy's having a bad time. And as you turn as he turns the Tommy-gun over to Red Cap, you just see the barreling Nosferatu torpedo tackle the agent onto the ground and barreling him into the sand as you guys slide across the beach a good number of ways. And the beast is urging you to feed now as well, my friend. And you decide to sink your teeth in to his gullet, and you also feel that beautiful red nectar going down into your body, stealing his life force from him. And mark your hunger down to 0 as well.
Me?
Yep, you don't have a choice.
Ah, shit. Because I just went against my predator type.
Yep. Tends to happen with a bestial failure. I'm counting that over from last game, just so you guys know.
Yeah, no, I was going to talk to you about that, but yeah.
Technically, I broke mine too, but mine's... compulsions do that.
Yeah. So, yeah, nope, I'll finish them off and do what I have to, and then look around quickly to make sure there's nobody else nearby.
Make an awareness check. So wits plus awareness. You see 3 more agents perched above the cliff who came over to see what the commotion was, look over and peek, and they spot you, but it gives you enough time to go back into the sewer grate and flee east for both of you. The beast has been satisfied by now.
Okay. I'll run past Red Cap, grab him, and say, "Hey, there's more on top," and start running past them and use my Cloak of Shadows as I take off down the corridor.
Okay.
So, give you another rouse roll there.
Yep. You are good, my friend. So currently, yeah, their Tommy guns are splattered onto the floor. Both of the agents lay there dead. You're taking one?
Yeah, I want to pick... He's going to pick it up in his mouth and walk away with it like it's a fucking dick.
And so, yeah, the tail kind of wags a little bit, and you go
He's a happy doggo
barreling.
right now.
Yeah, you go barreling back into the sewer grate. Easy enough for you all to begin fleeing downwards. Roll me one last dexterity plus athletics check.
Is that for all of us?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
I rolled
giving-
one earlier for my blink.
Oof, buddy. Okay. Eli and Marion. You each take 2 aggravated damage as bullets whizzing down into the sewer grate just nail you in the back and just sprout outwards from your body. And they hurt. And also, Marion, they ruined your jacket and this beautiful shirt.
Ooh.
And you're in the sewer grate in the pants too. And so you decide to go forward. And that leaves that there. And as you guys find your way down through that portion of Los Angeles, you don't see them chasing after you with any great haste. Almost as if they were more there to collect intelligence and get rid of something. possibly a location that was never meant to be discovered to begin with. And you find a ladder leading up to the streets. Why don't you all roll me... Hold on, real quick. Let me look up.
Ladders. A wolf's greatest enemy.
Intelligence plus streetwise to find out where you are.
Everyone?
Everyone can, yes.
Did I just get a bestial failure on Streetwise?
You did.
What?
Now I got a question before I hit submit. I meant to ask, since I'm familiar with Los Angeles and so forth, could I have added a +1 to that?
No, that should have been marked into your character sheet.
Okay.
That is represented by your streetwise skill.
Oh, okay.
Inherently.
Okay. Then nope, I do not know where we're at.
You've never been in the sewers. It doesn't matter.
Eli,
Eli,
never been in the sewers. I'm very confused.
Eli, you're pretty sure that you're outside of Long Beach, at least outside the military base. As you look towards the ladder and the grate leading outwards, you're definitely outside of the Long Beach military facilities. And yes, Connery and Paul, you both get stains on your humanity.
Okay.
I'm actually surprised my humanity's at this point right now.
We will roll those remorse checks later.
Okay.
There's more important things.
And this is going to be interesting for a Toreador. I don't know the actual clan compulsion behind yours. Give me a second here.
I just looked it up. It's obsession.
Okay, yeah, you're obsessed. And you're obsessed they ruined your fucking suit. This suit that you worked on that everyone has just completely complimented, has paid you flattering remark after flattering remark, is ruined by these motherfuckers who wear the white and black suits. As you exit outside the sewer grate, you lift it up, and you find yourself in the street of Atlantic Avenue.
Marion's like muttering to himself, and he's just every thread ruined, every fiber of the suit. I slaved over this. I slaved over it in this filthy sewer. I can't get out of it sooner.
Redcap's going to exit the sewers as a man.
Kind of hard for it to do that as a wolf.
Yeah. Although with the athletics, with the stats that you get as a as a wolf, I'm tempted to make the roll, but not.
Yeah, give my storyteller brain some break here.
Yeah.
You guys now find yourself in the streets of Long Beach, specifically on Atlantic Avenue, one of the most prominent and major streets of not only Long Beach but all of Los Angeles. The moonlight is shining down through the palm trees in this clear and sunny night, or clear and moony night, actually. Been playing too much D&D, and
Okay.
you find yourself in a very non-busy section of Long Beach.
As soon as we get out of the sewers, he takes off his hat and he starts cleaning the blood off of his face and his chest.
Yeah.
And where the fur would have been soaked with blood, he starts cleaning it up with his hat
Okay.
before putting it back on.
All right.
And I grab the big bandana that's up around my neck, just reach up there and just kind of wipe it off as best I can myself.
Now, are we standing out on Atlantic with Redcap holding a Tommy gun?
Yeah, it's kind of Tommy gun came with a strap,
Yeah,
so
okay.
it's kind of up against his shoulder right now. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I've got that shotgun we found down there just in my loose hand. So
I want to look around. Do I see any kind of like parked out of the way vehicles, cars, or anything? Because I'm assuming our car went up poof with the building.
That would be a good assumption, yes. But
So,
currently, yeah, you seem to be on some sort of residential stay. Residential stains is what I said. That's not what I meant. A residential zone. There are a number of small suburbanite homes, kind of having their own brand of cars.
I want to find something big enough for the four of us to fit in, and I'm going to steal it.
Yeah, it's no issue finding a sedan in 1942 Los Angeles.
Yeah, so first thing, gentlemen, I think we need to get off the streets like now. So yeah, I'm going to go, I don't know what kind of role you want for me to basically want to break into and hotwire or...
Dexterity and larceny.
Okay.
And while he's doing this, I am really eyeballing the area to make sure there's no one in the area or any normals walking in this direction.
Now, would I get any kind of bonus as my...
Didn't roll dice.
I didn't.
Nope.
For some reason, it didn't roll any
Do you
dice.
not have any dots in larceny?
Yeah, I do.
Do you have dots in dexterity?
Yeah. Larceny, dexterity.
There we go.
There.
Another bestial failure.
Nope. He succeeded. He got one success.
Yeah.
We did? Oh, you did. Look at that. Whew. Lucky.
Be right back, guys.
Anyway.
Okay.
Thank you for catching that for me.
And I do have a specialty in autos, being a mechanic.
So depending on how many dots you have in that specialty, you should have added one into that. So, how many? You have like 2 dots in autos specialty, right?
I believe so. I didn't actually write it down.
So a specialty in anything gives you only 1 die.
1 die. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could just do a /R 1d10 /R space 1d10 to roll the extra d10. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. That is so no. You did 1 space d10, which is not rolling a die. It should be /R space 1d10. There you go.
There you are.
Thank you.
Okay. Currently, you try to open a few car doors that hopefully are unlocked, who have their keys underneath their tires, but you're unable to find any such vehicle.
Okay.
Dante, please roll me your wits and awareness check. Okay, so you did get a critical though. You currently don't see anyone. Seems pretty clear right now.
Okay.
Aside from a police vehicle that seems to be approaching you, the street that you're coming down, and it is about to hit your. As it turns around the corner, it is coming down with the headlights on. And the headlights haven't gone to a spot that it has been able to spot you yet, so you're still in shadow. But Marion is like obsessed with his suit, and he needs to go to his shop. He needs to mend this. He doesn't. He needs to do it right now.
Okay. Well,
The
I
beast
will
is telling him to mend this shit right now.
Yeah.
You
I will
hideous.
Yeah. I will grab Marion and start pushing him to maybe in between 2 houses, and tell the others there is a police officer coming down the road. We need to get off the road now. And I will push Marion to get him where he needs to go.
Okay. So everybody, minus Marion, roll me dexterity plus stealth checks. I will roll for Redcap.
Okay.
Okay.
It didn't roll again. What
It
am I
didn't
doing?
roll again.
Yeah.
So you need to hit. So you need to roll the skill first before the attribute. That could be what's happening.
There we go.
Okay, MSC critical.
It's going to be one of those nights.
Shit's just gonna go down. Sometimes shit's just gotta go.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. as you work your way into a specific area, you find a portion where you could kind of sneak between two houses, and the cars seem to go by you. Marion, they don't understand the importance. You need to fix your suit. And you feel you have to shout it at them how important this is.
Oh. Is there any way to resist this compulsion at this point, or am I just at the whim?
You're at the whim. You're at the whim of the beast, my friend.
Ah, yes.
But the police vehicle has passed, so. But you still need to shout it.
What time of night is this?
You whip out your timepiece. It is currently 3 a.m. You gotta go now. Sunrise is in 3 hours.
Okay. I think I have an idea of something we can do if I can get through to Marion. Marion, are you okay? Everyone's lost their damn minds tonight. I don't know what the hell that was back there, but
As you try to
I need you to control yourself for just a moment so we can go talk to somebody. And I want to go to the nearest house because I'm assuming with all the gunfire I've taken, I'm bloody.
Yeah, I think we're both bloody. But yeah, as you're trying to talk to him about the situation, because you thought he might be the only cool one there, the only one who's got his stuff together right now, he just goes, "Don't you see my fucking suit?"
I need you to tell one of these fine folk here how important it is for us to use their vehicle.
Do any of them have a needle and thread by chance? Huh? Any of them?
Oh Lord, I'm gonna go up to the first door and just pound on the door.
The lights have already turned on in the house that you were currently kind of pressed up against because of Marion's shouting match.
And I'm gonna kind of hunch over and look wounded and just lean against the nearest wall to the door and wait for them to answer.
And it opens, and there's a gentleman standing there in sort of his undershirt, wearing a sleeping robe. As he comes up, he says, "Yeah, can I help you? It's very late tonight."
Sorry to bother you, sir.
My God, you don't look so good. Are you all right?
I don't feel so good. Marion, explain to him what's happened, and I'm just gonna fall on his porch and just lay there.
Does this sight get me out of this compulsion for a second?
Nope.
Watching my companion lay down and almost die.
Yep.
You can spend a willpower point, or take a willpower damage to act the way you want to in a turn, I believe.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to do that.
So superficial willpower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not aggravated willpower.
All right, I'm definitely spending that to finally snap out of this.
Okay.
And once I see Eli laying down in front of the stranger, I come up because I also have my own wounds, and I take a look over at myself and realize the situation. And it takes a moment, but I start pretending to also be injured. And sir, sorry for yelling. We need help. We are.
Get his car. Get his car.
We need. If you could drive us real quickly to a local, is there a hospital around here you could drive us to? It just need to, if you could drive us real quickly. And I'm going to do, I guess, persuasion.
You can.
And
you can also awe him into giving him your car keys.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Do you just want to awe the mortal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let me direct you to the hospital. And do you want my car?
Yes, I would love your car. That'd be great. Thank you.
At the sound of this, I'm just gonna sit right up and go, God damn, jeez, man. Unreal. And I'm gonna start walking over to get into the guy's car and just sit there waiting. Come on.
And so he hands you the keys and says, I know where there's a tailor shop nearby, but you need to get back to your haven right now. You need to go back to the shop.
Yeah, I drive I won't drive, but I will tell Eli to drive us to the shop right this instant. And yeah, throw him the keys. And I'm going to cloud this guy's memory as well, so he doesn't remember that he even had a car.
Okay. Cloud memory, I do believe, requires a rouse check.
I am looking at it now.
You can make him forget that he gave the keys away, but he'll remember he has a car. He'll just be like, "Who stole my car?"
Or remind him that he parked it and walked home somewhere.
Yeah, so no rouse check.
It's free.
And there's no rouse check, but you couldn't make him forget he owns a car because it's a thing he's had for a long time, but you could get him to forget like this scene.
Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, as soon as all of us get into the car and drive away, I roll down the window and just yell, "Forget!"
It's a charisma dominate versus wits resolve.
He's mortal.
He's
It auto
mortal.
works.
Oh yeah, he's mortal. It just works. I forgot. That's a yeah. The mind whammy just mind.
Just, it's gone.
It goes away. And so, where do you drive yourself to, Eli?
We're going back to the haven.
You're going back to the haven? Okay, composure plus drive, please. Add 1 die for your auto specialty.
Composure.
So the modifier, when the modifier comes up, you should add 1 into there.
Somehow I think it's my mouse that's screwing up. Just like quickly clicking.
Okay.
There we go.
The streets are clear in Los Angeles at 3 a.m. And by the time you get there, it's you get there and it is about 3:25 a.m. And you just drive into Los Angeles, down the Fashion Valley, the Fashion District, and you park directly in downtown LA and all of its gas lamp glory during this time period. Or was it electric? No, it was gas lamp still, I believe. It was
during this
electric
whole
at this
drive?
time period?
Especially in LA. Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of San Diego's. My bad.
During this whole drive, Marion is just like looking at all the details of his suit and just trying to figure out how he's going to fix this and if he even can. So he's just muttering the whole time and yelling at Eli to drive faster whenever he slows for a light or something.
You park directly in front of your shop?
No.
Use your keys? You don't?
No, I don't want to park the car right in front of the shop. I'd probably let everybody out and then drive it a block or two away and then walk back.
Okay. And so you do so, and at this time period, it's probably around 3:40 a.m. as you walk in, Eli. Miriam, you're already on the shop working on the needle and your shop to mend your suit. Why don't you roll me your craft?
You got it. That is...
Alleviate that compulsion.
I think I get 1 plus 1 because this is my specialty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Snap.
I put a lot of points in the craft.
Turns into a Disney
the
scene.
compulsion of your clan sifts away as you look over your suit. And oddly enough, you're kind of like grateful. The beast resides, and you're grateful that this happened because you see ways upon which you can improve this suit. And even you think you should even send this suit to Bogey. It's so good now. He would probably wear this on set if you know a few connections. And you know of one within your clan, a notable Anarch named Isaac Abrams, that you could go to, see if he would like this.
Good to know. I'll note that.
He's a big shot toreador producer in Hollywood. Currently has his offices in Burbank though. But a notable Anarch as well. And as you kind of look at the suit, you're looking it over, and you're fucking right. This is damn better. And you're happy. But now, It is, and you finish within 10 minutes. It was nothing to you. And now you have your clues gathered around you in your haven, and a few hours to discuss.
So, boys, an eventful evening.
You turned into a goddamn dog.
No, I've been called far worse things in my life other than goddamn dog, so yeah, I'll take it. It's what I do.
I've never been shot before. Did that feel like that because of what the gun they were using, or is that just? Well, I guess there's no way for you to even answer that. But damn it, hurt.
Let's have a look at it. See what actually is going on with you. You got shot in the shoulder, you said, and like the abdomen.
The shoulder and the abdomen area, yes.
Okay. Take your shirt off. Let's all have a look-see and see what we're dealing with here. Never been shot before and not been able to shake it off. What do we have?
Roll intelligence plus medicine.
Looks like it hurt. I don't know. Either of you two can make any sense out of this.
Can I reach around and feel? Is there an exit wound?
Yeah, there are obvious exit wounds.
So there's the bullets just blasted through. There's nothing I can try to dig out.
Yep.
I'd like to roll medicine and take special attention to the blood using my phlebotomy specialty. Is that something I can do? Or is that a bit of a stretch?
So phlebotomy is the study of the blood. So, yes.
Yes, that is exactly what you can do.
I'd like to study that blood.
Yeah.
My mind kind of like squinted a little bit because I thought you were going to use your tailoring to stitch him up for some reason. I was like, you don't need to do that.
Yeah. And Dante's been shot once or twice, but he hasn't dealt with anything like this, so he wouldn't recognize anything out of ordinary.
Which stat would I roll with medicine?
Okay.
Intelligence?
Yes, intelligence.
Intelligence, okay. And then add +1. See if this impacted our vampire blood a certain way.
Well, you succeeded. You've seen wounds like this before on Smiling Jack, the man who was being gurneyed into Salvador Garcia's bookshop. And Jeremy McNeil was taking care of him. His wounds weren't healing particularly fast as well. And and it looks like it hurt, and but with enough, this probably could have killed him. And guns don't typically kill. I mean, they can. If you take a shotgun blast to the head, you're fucking dead. But like small caliber bullets, like that come from a Tommy gun, don't necessarily actually wound to the degree that this does. But yeah.
Interesting. I believe I also took some damage from this as well. Is that correct?
Yep. And you can feel it in your shoulder.
Well, gents, I believe we have a lot more in common with Smiling Jack than when we started.
Well, I think we might have some answers over here, and literally hold up the Thompson and just jiggle it.
There are a few more bullets inside there, yes.
Do you think... I've never been a fan of this. I prefer to use my own hands, so to speak. Would any of you possibly like to take a look at it, maybe have a few more insights into what the fuck this is?
Yeah, I'll take the gun from him.
Okay. Connor, is there a way you could turn up the gain on the microphone real quick?
Oh, I didn't want to crank it up too high. I'm a little quiet.
Yep. Perfect.
Adjusting.
You sound
How
good.
do I sound?
Yeah. Yes, Eli, why don't you tinker with that a little bit as we gather our wits?
Yeah, so I want to try to release the magazine and inspect the rounds inside.
Okay. Interesting.
Was this a drum or a strip?
It's a drum.
Okay.
Mhm.
Wow.
Both of them were carrying drums inside of it. They look like common bullets. Why don't you roll me an occult?
I'll be right back, guys.
Intelligence plus occult. Anybody who would like to.
I don't have hunger dice. I can roll all I want right now.
Well, it didn't roll for me again, this stupid thing. Occult.
I just can't. What jeez.
There we go.
Throck, would these look any more discernible from regular bullets?
With one occult success,
Probably not. Here's
so what I would
my
say
thought process is,
Yeah.
obviously they're not going to look at the bullets and be like, oh, this is what it is. But there would be some particular interest that's strange.
So what I would say is there would be so it's a lead bullet, and everybody's seen a lead bullet before. The only difference is it seems to have like a white sort of coating baked onto the top of it, like a powdery coating baked onto the top of the lead bullet.
Okay, there you go.
So you remember when I was saying how things might be changing? This right here looks like things changing. This doesn't look right.
I'd have to agree with you there. Looks like they've been monkeying around with the bullets themselves. I mean, if the stories were true, I'd say they were trying to coat their bullets in silver and try and take us down that way, but that's a load of bollocks. What are they using? So we're in his haven right now.
Yep. You guys are in the back room. Marion's there as well with you. He's just finished up his suit. You were kind of speaking over the power needle. I've never sewed my own fucking clothes before. I don't know. I can't even sew a button, guys.
I'm gonna look around. Hey, Marion, you don't mind? And he doesn't even acknowledge whether you respond or not, and just starts taking down 2 bolts of fabric, not actually looking at what they are,
right,
and stacking them up. Here, give us that banger here, and just grab the gun, put it up, muzzle up against the bolts of fabric, and fire 1 round into the bolts of fabric.
What are you doing, you brute?
I am a man of science.
He's distressing fabric for you for some design.
Don't worry, it's in. Hand the gun. And let's see what this happened. What do we see?
I had a commission to use that fabric.
Roll me another. What you see is just a common bullet. It's sifted through. It acted as if almost every other normal bullet would. Nothing discernible seemed to have happened.
Well, obviously it's not some kind of special acting, but I don't use firearms.
Clearly, you use them on good fabric.
It's just a bit of cloth.
I'm going to take the projectile and kind of see if I can get a scent off of it. Is there any kind of odd scent aside from gunpowder and burn that I can pick up from it? Chemical or some kind of I don't know.
I hope it's not too much of a stretch, but I would say roll me an intelligence plus intelligence plus...
Awareness for scent, I would
You
think.
think awareness? So we'll make it wits
Yeah.
plus awareness then, actually.
And while they're doing this here, I start looking that shotgun over, and I pump it once to see if there's any rounds in it, and then if there is, I go ahead and unload it and look at the rounds.
No. Oh, you look at the rounds?
For the shotgun, yeah. As they're looking at the rounds of the Tommy gun and everything, I eject any bullets that might be in the shotgun and kind of look at them and see if anything noticeable, and I'll actually take one and crush it between my fingers and see what kind of bullets and stuff are inside it.
Got slug.
A slug, yeah.
Regular bullets
Okay.
for Smiling Jack's shotgun.
Okay. So shot or a slug, like a single, like big old slug of bullet, or is it's a singular fucking slug? Oh, he's putting holes in things. Okay.
Smiling Jack doesn't mess around.
Okay.
But
I just do that in one round, and if there was more than one round, I actually reload it.
Okay. As Red Cap shot into the cloth, everybody except for Eli can roll me that wits plus awareness check.
Marion is not rolling it. He's just furious about the fabric. He actually, right after the shot, goes and inspects it.
Okay.
How much he can salvage still. He's not rolling it.
Said wits awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Marion, it's okay. Can't you just cut around it? Or, I mean, yeah.
Or if you have heightened senses, that could work too.
Would, because old Protean one, you could do eyes, nose, ears,
Yeah.
but only one at a time. Would you allow the nose to be changed? Or would you say use, because it's directly translated as eyes?
Until I read into it further, I'll allow it.
Okay.
Okay, for right now. Because, why not?
I need to roll one more die then.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
The rule of narrative appropriateness.
Yep.
I'm just rolling just manipulation, which is my one dot thing. 2 successes then.
Okay. Lime.
Lime.
Not the fruit, the stone.
I know.
And no gunpowder. No gunpowder whatsoever.
Oh.
You can smell it coming from the slug that Dante pulled out, but not from any of the bullets inside the Tommy gun.
This is very strange. I mean, I've buried a few men using this. I've never thought of using it. What do you make of it? Just holding that.
I honestly don't know.
Well, you're a fine product of the American educational system. Does anybody here actually understand chemistry? Because I do not. I'm just
It hurts.
on a table.
It hurts.
And
That's
with
awesome.
that, everybody could roll me another occult check.
Occult plus what?
Intelligence.
Marion's still in furious about his suit mode, so he's still
Dante.
Holy crap.
not. Whoa.
Your sire, Vincent Krause, was very educational when it came to your new, found existence as a kindred. He lets you know that werewolves exist, that wraiths exist, demons, fairies, and a number of other things may exist in the night. And this may be some sort of magic relating to mages.
Okay. I'll sit there and hold it and look at it and everything and says, I'm not sure, but this bullet itself might have some mystical powers within it, between the powder and the bullet itself that creates the effect, but I don't know for sure, but it most likely is.
So what would we use to counteract this then?
Not get shot by it.
Well, again, taking notes.
As Marion's studying the fabric that was shot, he notices it's like what Redcap managed to grab is actually the same colors as the suits of the people who shot at us, and this starts triggering the thoughts of Marion a little bit, and he goes, "Now, I don't understand how these guns would come to be, but I imagine if you were part of some sort of organization that had more resources than we do, you could do most of anything. And those fellows were wearing matching outfits that were, I guess, decently tailored, but not a combination I see often of any official body of the mortals or anyone I know. Have any of you ever seen suits like that?"
Let me see if I'm getting this straight, boy. Are you implying that we should follow a thread of evidence concerning their attire?
Well, there's a lot of reasons you might accidentally match your companions, but if all of them are wearing the same clothes, that seems more like a uniform, don't you think?
Well, do you have connections in the uniform? Why am I fucking asking? Of course you do. Well, fine then, Mr. Suits and Pants and Ties and fancy things. Where do you suggest we go to look into this?
Can I roll let's see, some sort of, I keep looking for history and that's not a thing.
Intelligence plus streetwise.
Okay. Where would I have seen these suits before, basically?
Okay. You saw one of them at the Catania Gentlemen's Club. Dante clued you into the man who was observing you in some unusual circumstances, and then you kind of put the two together, that the men who came during the day may be the men that who were looking for Hamilton Wynn, who were asking Sierra Delacroix, the singer of the Catania Gentlemen's Club, has he hurt you in a peculiar way? Have you ever seen him during the day? That the people who were asking those questions and the man that you saw at the club may be the same man.
Now, and the same as the ones shooting at us.
Yep.
I'm seeing I hate to use the word again, a thread here of common occurrences. When I inquired with our singer friend, she said she was interrogated about Wynn by a man dressed similarly to one I saw at the club that Dante warned me about, and they all matched our fellows who came throwing dynamite tonight. I think we're dealing with a very advanced mortal organization that doesn't seem like the usual government riffraff.
Well, in the fact that they are literally exploding government buildings in the process of trying to cover up things, so no, that doesn't sound like a government at all.
Yeah.
With Redcap's knowledge of the Camarilla and that kind of things, how familiar would he be with the you know what? Scratch it. Nope. I'm not even going to ask that. We're just going to roll this normal. Well, okay, fine then. What else do we have? Because suits and guns are all fancy. What was that? Oh, wait, no. Wait. You left it there, didn't you? Tell me you left it behind.
Left
If you're
what?
referring to my new neck accessory, of course I didn't leave it behind.
Oh.
In my pocket.
You... Why? Why would you...
From your own mouth, you said it complimented my eyes.
I know that's a lie. That's it doesn't. It really doesn't. Please don't wear it.
Why would you bring... Just...
Okay.
You
so
would have been better if you had brought the dynamite back with you rather than that.
the building exploded. You went mind numb. He ran off. Then you turned into a dog.
But
So
you
this
thought,
was the
oh,
last thing on
fine,
my
I need to go
mind right here.
jewelry shopping at this time.
Dead.
Hey, Quinn.
Yes.
With the statement earlier about my sire, is there a way I can maybe take a look at that necklace and determine if there is any special looks about it, any scriptures or something like that on there?
Intelligence plus occult.
He want him to walk over. Redcap walks over to Eli. And
You have the feeling they're not connected.
Okay.
But you see Chinese symbols, and that's about it.
Okay.
Can I have a look see at it myself?
I know it's going to end bad for my necklace, but here, and I'll hand it over to you.
This...
You seem to have had a bad experience with that before, Redcap. Please
Gypsies.
enlighten us.
Gypsies.
Can I make see if I figure anything out? I haven't made an occult check about it, so.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and make an intelligence plus occult check.
All right, human intelligence. When you have no hunger and the beast can't get in the way, you can do these random rolls consequentially. Yes, it's still evil. Hands it back to him, spins around three times in place, and spits on the floor.
Are you going to change into anything now? You're not going to change into something now, are you?
No, that's something I do. That's my talents. That right there in your hands, that's cheating.
I've seen animals similar to what you changed into do that circling around thing. I just didn't know.
I'm sorry, real quick. Redcap, did you sniff the necklace?
Yes.
Roll me wits plus awareness.
Oh, shite. Nose bonus?
Yes.
Okay.
Because Redcap's a good boy. Nice.
There you go.
Good one.
You picked up the scent of a Nosferatu, that odd stench, very distinct in particular, and it is not Dante's stench.
Hey!
You have this inclination that this may have belonged to the Nosferatu Hamilton Wynn.
Okay. Well, I don't know what it is or does other than absolute fuck all evil, but I know whose absolute fuck all evil that is. That's who we're looking for.
You can smell him on it?
No offense intended, but all Nosferatu tend to have a bouquet about them. And this particular one wasn't our dear friend, but the person that we're looking for.
Dante, I think you're very pleasant. Just for the record.
Don't lie to me.
I cast no aspersions just now. Do not put that on my shoulders.
The kindred tolerate the Nosferatu. There's no...
You know what? To be fair, Bruja and Nosferatu tend to get along, if I remember correctly.
I don't remember on that one myself.
Yeah.
They have no reason to hate each other inherently, so.
Yeah. Toreador and Nosferatu do not get along. But Bruja and Nosferatu, yeah. We'll say that Marion is the rare exception who sees the beauty inside of you.
Oh.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
So what can we do with this? Can you track the scent?
That's racist.
I think it would be more like speciesist, right?
Just if I know, we know Hamilton was there. That's the big point. We also know that Smiling Jack was there. We also know, well, there's other things we haven't looked at yet. So I feel like putting together the whole picture with only 2 colors would be a poor choice.
Now, why before Marion had the bomb or the dynamite explode at his feet, I remember there was a menu on the ground when we were entering the place that I saw before we started trampling and leave. I think
Chop
it was
Suey.
Chop Suey.
Chinese place, yeah.
Yeah, a racist Chinese name because it's the 1940s in Chinatown.
Right. Why would that menu be there with the gun?
Well, it seemed to be Jack's things. If I remember correctly, the pants there were scraps as well.
Yes.
I believe that's where Jack escaped to after a bit of a rough.
Okay, hold on, Marion.
Yes.
You can roll me a intelligence plus. Oh man, whatever you would roll for intelligence plus craft,
Ooh.
and you can add your die because of your specialty.
Oh. This is gonna be a pretty good roll, maybe?
It is a good roll.
Okay.
So,
When you say the word pants, like the symbols in math.
yeah, you ask for the cloth that they may have found, that ripped cloth that they may have found.
Oh.
And you look at it. This is not Smiling Jack's fabric. This is not Smiling Jack's smile. You recall that he did not have ripped pants. He was shot to 9 hells, but there was nothing that would have left this distinct mark. This belonged to somebody else other than Handsome Jack.
Borderlands?
Do you want to give this fabric a little sniff, resident bloodhound?
I'm gonna come to resent this. Grab the fabric out of his hands.
Okay, go for it. What's an awareness?
So glad Scooby is not a thing yet in this timeline. Roll it.
A woman in a men's suit. That's about it.
Well, that is odd. This isn't a lad's trouser scrap after all.
No, it is men's wear. But yeah, gotcha.
This was a lass was wearing this.
Would I recall any...
Hand it back to Marion.
Yeah, I take a look at it. Would I recall any notable people who... Because I feel like...
Okay, actually that's interesting because you were involved in the Camarilla.
A little bit.
I want you to roll me an intelligence and politics test.
All right. Wow. I'll take it.
Yeah. She's a pretty prominent member of the Camarilla. She is the sheriff of the Camarilla. Her name is Radiant. A gangrel. She is particularly known for wearing men's suits, and is the only woman that you have ever seen or heard of wear this particular brand of suits.
This is a pretty... now that I think about it, this is... There's only one person who wear such a garment, and...
Actually, I have a comparable. I have 6 dots, and I have 6 dice for that kind of roll myself. So saying that I know who he's talking about right now would be plausible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I know, Throck, I was speaking for the biological sense of why he was sniffing.
There's...
I think...
You might know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think I know where you might be leading there.
Someone a little feminine, someone a little masculine, someone...
Well, if
She's more gender fluid, but in, a distinct fashion of her dress and appropriate wear.
Time has a way with messing with all of us. We change. We become who we are sometimes. And I think I know who you're talking about. So, we have another layer to our wonderful shitstorm.
I was gonna say layer cake, but that
of a
works too.
confusion. No, it's a shitstorm. It just swirls and swirls, and you just get covered in it. You know what I'm talking about, Dante.
So you claim to have
Very much so.
identified who was down there with Smiling Jack, or have an idea who the scrap of fabric belongs to. Is that
Yes.
person known to have a coterie? Is that who went? I mean, are we talking about?
I wouldn't say that this was their coterie. Because by my estimations, we have several people who were on site, so to speak. One of them being the lad, Handsome Jack, the other being our person of interest, Mr. Hamilton, and the third being the sheriff of this fine fucking city, themselves, the Radiant.
Now, do all of those work for the Camera?
No,
No.
they don't.
Smiling Jack does not.
Okay.
Radiant does. She's very loyal to the prince. Or they're very loyal to the prince. They have their opinions about the Anarch community.
Mm-hmm.
And Marion knows it's not a scathing. It's not a glowing opinion.
Right.
It's kill them, get rid of them, and eliminate them completely. But the main mission right now is to find Hamilton Wynn.
I think I see an opportunity here, boys. Now, how would you all like to join me taking a job up for the Camarilla?
Go on.
We have a missing Nosferatu on our hands. We have mortals walking around with guns that do that, pointing to Eli's wound. And the Radiant's involved somehow. Why don't we see how far we can take this, and let's go ask the Radiant themselves what it is that's going on.
Would the Camarilla not know that we do not belong to them?
Do you wear a sticker?
No. No.
Well, then we are going to use the tried and true method of lying our fucking asses off then, aren't we?
I get the distinct feeling I'll be doing a majority of the lying for all of us.
Actually, Marion, you technically are still a member of the Camarilla. And both Redcap and you know that the Camarilla in any domain actively look for new members to join every day. It's if you wish to become a member of the Camarilla, it's totally allowed.
So I think that we need to go and show up and bring a couple of new boys with us here and ask them if they, could print them up some new shiny membership cards.
I agree. I think they'd be happy to have some new recruits.
Maybe we could have a conversation with Radiant about what the fuck they were doing in that hellhole. Well, now smoldering crater would be a better term for it in the way it stands right now.
If we could work for Radiant, we could try to figure out what business they're getting into.
What do you two think?
We're supposed to do. What are we offering them to find? I mean, we're just going to walk up and work directly with their sheriff.
Let me tell you a secret about the Camarilla. If you tickle the balls just right, you can get them to agree to whatever you want. Make them feel like they're in power. Make them feel like you're subservient. Bend the knee, all of that shit. But at the end of the day, they just want to feel like they're in control. So going and asking them, oh, please, sir, would you allow us, lowly outcasts, to join and worship you at your feet, and you get to tell us what to do and tell us we've been naughty boys? They will absolutely fall over themselves to give us whatever the fuck we want. That's the Camarilla for you.
Now, I have tried. Now, I have tried to avoid all contact with Camarilla as best I can, but if you think this is the best way for us to find Hamilton, I will go along with it.
Well, here's another, fun thing. All you have to do is look up in the dictionary next to sycophant, and you'll find yourselves a picture of a basic Camarilla. Well, bitch. And you won't have to worry about trying to say that, I don't do bad things. I'm just a lowly Nosferatu that wants to continue his existence and be ugly by myself in a hole with maybe two relations that show up every once in a while with comic books. That they'll believe that hook, line, and sinker. They want to have. Listen, the only organization that wants more people than the Camarilla is the Catholic fucking Church. You'll be fine.
Then I will go along with the plan.
What about you, Eli? How do you feel?
Basically, we would have just extra resources at our disposal, so I'm in too.
We're a little smart, and we make sure we don't go around broadcasting personal opinions about their shitty spire in the sky. We should be fine. And at the same time, we get as much information as we need. And we also get to bust a few heads in the process.
And it works in perfectly too, Marion, because you know that tomorrow evening there is going to be a formal gathering at an Elysium known at at a manor tomorrow known as How do you say
It's a
that
very
word?
odd name.
The Athenaeum. You're talking about the Athenaeum on Caltech campus?
Yes.
Yes, it is a kind of like a
Athenium?
formal center.
Yes.
Athenaeum.
This works out perfectly because it is the I believe I don't have the document open up right now, but it is being hosted by one Dr. Oster Kraus, who is the Malkavian Primogen.
Ooh.
Is that correct?
Oh, it's a Malkavian party? Fun.
It is being hosted by the Malkavians. Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, well, boys, remember to bring your party hats and mouth bits.
You're not bringing your own hats. No, I'm making sure all of you are dressed accordingly for this occasion.
If you touch my hat, I'll remove your fucking hand.
I'll find something that matches your hat. But I want to ask before we get so deeply entrenched in the Camarilla, which I have been so desperately trying to disagree with over these years.
Nobody's asking you to change your mind. Just asking you to pretend a little bit.
I just want to know, what is our out if things get a little too hot? What are we doing to preserve ourselves if they catch wind of us?
Kill as many of them as possible before they take us down. That's been my philosophy for a rather long time, and it's worked for me so far. I'm willing to accept any other proposals or possibilities and considerations.
I was thinking just some statement that we've been compromised and we get out of town. But if you want to go down swinging, I mean, I won't be able to stop you.
Well, in terms of what our escape plan would be.
Also, I'm going to Amelia Landehaven, who is the current prince of Camarilla, is very prominent about bloodlines, and very, very, she takes them very seriously. And you, currently being the grandchild of a Justicar in the Camarilla, you think if you just throw who your grandsire is, you'll be able to let in, and even see the prince.
We'll be fine. Getting in is going to be very easy, and possibly, well, I'll be fine in case something goes wrong in certain ways. But I don't want to plan for failure, boys. I do believe we have a good plan here. And if things do go to shit as they were, well, I think it's beyond saving at that point, and you do what I did in the past 2 or 3 cities, and you go find a new one very far away.
Okay, I fair enough. I don't want to be pessimistic by any means, but I do believe there is one route we can take before this gets started. I think we might need to take a visit to Chinatown to get a little more information before we make
Chinatown docks.
Yeah.
The docks there, they were moving guns, I believe.
No, it was through Long Beach going into Chinatown.
Oh, okay. Chinatown's close enough to Long Beach that it would be a quick over. Okay.
So
this is actually in the newer Chinatown, so it's a little north of downtown, northeast. So further away. So sorry, everybody. So hold on, I can open that up for you actually.
We have maps.
We do. If you look at the map, Long Beach is south, and Chinatown is, right there. west of East LA.
Don't you believe we might need to pay this chop suey place a visit, or maybe inquire with someone of how we can get another matching necklace like Eli's?
Well, I mean, I wasn't particularly peckish myself, and I'm not a fan of that kind of jewelry, but if you really want to, I guess we could make the stop.
And also, if that's where they're taking a lot of these weapons, I mean, if we could sniff around, although Radiant might be a more direct route to these answers, but...
Why not both, then? Both is good, both.
Both is very good, yes.
And when is the Elysium again?
Tomorrow evening.
Yes, tomorrow evening.
How much time is left in this night?
30 minutes.
So it's tonight? Is it
It's
tonight?
4:30 currently, yes.
Yeah.
Well, then, going to be finding myself a nice nap, and I'll see you boys in the morning.
Make yourselves
And then
comfortable.
we'll decide what we're going to do when you've had time to think about it. And he walks out.
Yep. And with that, everyone retreats into their perspective coffins for the daytime. And that is where we're going to take a little bit of a break.
Okay.
See you in a few, guys. We'll be back in a little bit, and we'll see where all this is going to go, because oh boy, it's going to be an interesting one. So,
Yeah.
see you in a little bit, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Sergeant First Class Mark Wood. Sergeant First Class Mark Wood.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
So, hi, we're back from our break. Oh, I'm broken inside.
Sorry.
Oh, man. Yeah, as you wake up for a new evening, resting throughout the day, roll me your rouse checks, please. And for those who would like to heal their damage, which I assume all of you will, roll the corresponding rouse checks on top of that.
And I'll be encouraging everyone to do third rouse to get the
Dante, you do not gain hunger.
Sweet. So I'm at 0 still.
No, you always start at 1. Oh, yeah, no, you start at 0. Yeah.
Right.
I forgot. You ate that guy.
Yes. So did Redcap.
Still 0.
Still at 0, okay.
But we have another complication to roll.
Eli, you're good.
Yeah, I'm gonna heal some of the damage too.
Okay, Marion, do you roll?
Not yet. I was saying I'd like everyone to also get their blush of life on for tonight for the nice formal occasion. So I think that's another rouse roll, right?
We don't need that for an Elysium.
You sure?
We'll roleplay it.
Toreador thing.
We'll roleplay it. That was such a Corridor Gangrel interaction, but we'll roleplay that. We'll roleplay that shit. We'll do that then.
I'm gonna go one more.
This sucks.
You can only heal 1 ag per day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
And
get
that's
one.
3
You can heal
rouse
one.
checks.
Yeah. If you do rouse, heal, blush, that is 3 rouse checks.
All right, yeah, I'm foregoing blush, so just the first.
No, it's 3 rouse checks just to heal the aggravated.
You are correct. It is 3
And
rouse
then
checks to heal.
1 to wake up, and then
Okay.
another 1 to blush of life. But you don't have to do blush of life like as soon as you wake up. You can do
Yeah,
it
no, I'm
later on.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I need to count the
Rolls.
rolls.
Sorry.
All right. Eli, you rolled way too much, dude. I don't know which one was your hunger check, and I don't know which one was your
First one was hunger, so I succeeded in that.
I think some doubled because I only clicked it twice.
Okay, so succeeded in your hunger. You healed up 1 aggravated,
Okay.
and then Marion, you did not heal up at all, and you gained hunger.
Did I gain 2 hunger?
I'm sorry?
Did I gain 2 hunger, like 1 for each?
Yes.
Oh.
Come on, man. You can't do that. Lay down.
So 'cause I'm at.
You're not my
4
dad.
Hunger.
You got 4 hunger?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to feed. Do you have any blood bags inside of your haven? I think we agreed that you do.
If that's all right, then yes, I'd like to. Yeah,
Yes.
I would say a recent customer came in, paid for a suit, and provided the blood bag. I
remember, yeah, I have it in my notes during the character creation that you started with 3 blood bags.
So I'm going to tear into that. And I have Iron Gullet, so I can drink that cold blood.
That is gross, but appealing at the same time.
Bit of sauce, man. A little bit of olive oil.
Yeah, I prep it up a little bit, like try to like add some herbs and spices.
Okay. Yeah, you.
Not garlic. Not garlic.
It's yummy.
Yum.
It tastes good.
How much hunger does that restore?
1.
Okay. I might need a little more.
Let me stop off, pick something up. On the way.
I don't like your form of takeout.
Okay. Now,
No, you really wouldn't.
Eli,
Yes.
you healed 1 aggravated damage, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, you succeeded,
Okay.
I believe. Am I counting correctly?
You should have rolled 4 checks.
Don't look at me for that.
1.
2,
Two.
3. Yeah,
Okay,
4.
so I need 1 more then.
No, you rolled. You succeeded 1 aggravated damage.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Oh, that's red cap. All right, I apologize. Roll 1 more time. No, wait.
Okay.
The 4th was your rouse, correct? For your hunger.
The first one was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
you
first
heal-
one, and then I got 2 more after that. So I need 1 more to see if I healed the damage.
Well, you've successfully healed the damage regardless.
Yeah.
It's just to see if you get hungry in the process.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
do
I was
not.
trying to heal as well.
Either way, you succeeded everything. So if you roll an extra time, you just feel extra good. I mean, you don't. I'm saying storyteller, not mechanically wise, but you healed.
I'll know for next time now.
Yeah.
It's just 1 point of damage, right?
Yes.
Am I? So I also healed or no?
I'm sorry?
Did I also heal or no? I failed my checks. Like, do I need to roll 1 more?
Yeah, you failed your aggravated damage.
Ow. Okay.
Hold on. We can look it up real quick.
I'm looking it up. Oh, I'm muted. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm looking it up right now for the healing the damage, and it seems to be only 1 rouse check.
That's what I thought too. I could have
I
sworn.
literally just read it while I was.
Some
What the
conditions, so as always, a rouse check.
It's
so
under
rousing-
damage. It's
Give
under
it a page.
benefit. Here, 220. 220. Yeah, 220. Nope, that's frenzy. Fuck. Hold on.
I'm
It's
looking
in that.
at
It's in that area.
129.
Vampiric mending. 218.
Okay.
Mending aggravated damage. To mend aggravated damage, vampire must wait until the next nightfall and make 3 rouse checks in addition to their regular rouse check when made when rising. This
I'm
process
so-
removes 1 aggravated damage and 1 crippling injury.
Similar impairment, a vampire can only mend 1 point of aggravated damage per night.
Mm-hmm.
As
So
with
if you look on page
rouse checks.
127, it says you make a rouse check.
To wake up.
Vampires can normally mend 1 level of aggravated damage each night by rousing the blood. See mending damage, page 211.
So
Yeah.
say
It literally
rousing-
says 2 separate things.
Well, it's vague, but technically they don't say
It sounds
how
like
many
the
rousing.
more specific is 3. It sounds like it says the more specific is 3. Yeah, no, and that's whatever the storyteller wants to do. I'm not frustrated at this game.
Fuck
I
it,
am
1 rouse check. Anyway.
There you go. Storyteller said, I am frustrated at the book, and I'm going to mute myself.
Hey, it also says in the golden rule of the rules.
ST makes the choices.
Yep. Yeah, well, so how about this? In the future, we will do 1 rouse check for your hunger and then 1 rouse check for heal, but you can only mend 1 aggravated damage per night. Does that sound okay to all of you guys?
That sounds great.
Okay, cool.
Oh my god, that is really confusing. I'm looking at it too.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Anyway, so.
I'm gonna. I also want to heal my willpower, and I think I just choose to do that with composure and.
Oh, and let's also for Red Cap and Dante, let's roll your remorse checks right now too for your stain on humanity.
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah.
Rolling humanity. Wait. Remorse is an actual roll. Okay, there it is.
Yeah, but we'll need to know how many stains they incurred first, because you roll the difference
1.
between humanity. Okay.
Yeah.
So you mark down 1 stain, and then you roll 4.
Yeah. I've already done so.
Where do you
Hopefully
mark
this
your
rolls-
stains at?
I should roll 3.
Humanity pass, my friend.
Oh!
Where do you mark stains at?
on your humanity. So it starts on the opposite end of the humanity track.
Okay.
So like, you'll have like 5 boxes on the left-hand side, 2, 3, whatever you have. And then on the right-hand side, mark the very last box.
Okay.
And then you make a,
And so
remorse roll.
it basically comes up with a hash mark on it then?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Here goes my remorse.
You also gain your humanity back, my friend.
Awesome.
You do feel the guilt of the beast taking over, and it's not so much the kill, you were defending yourself. It was the fact that you gave in to your beast.
Okay.
You would never like that to happen again, but although you know in the Gender's heart of heart, it is going to happen again sometime in your immortal lifetime. Okay, and then Marion, I apologize for that. What would you like to do?
I wanted to heal my superficial willpower because I used that to ignore my compulsion for a moment, which I was looking on page 127, and it says it's a combination. You can heal as up to your composure plus something else.
Composure plus...
Composure or resolve, whichever is higher.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And I have 3 dots in that, so I can heal 3 that a day? Let's see. There's 1. Yeah, at the beginning of a session. Oh, at the beginning of a session. Oh, okay. I can't do that right now. I can do it next time we start.
Okay. If you would like.
Yeah, I'll wait till next time in case I blow through my willpower and next second half.
And remember, you can always you could always spend 1 willpower to roll up to 3 regular die in the future.
Re-roll 3 regular die?
I'm sorry?
Did you say re-roll or roll additional?
Re-roll 3 regular die, not your hunger die.
Okay, cool.
So, you have 2 directions in which you can go to. You can go to Chinatown, over to the docks if you would like, or you can head straight over to Elysium right now, and visit the Malkavian party over near Caltech, inside the mansion of the name that Throck said earlier. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. You say it one more time.
Athenaeum.
There we go.
Now, did Marion try to provide outfits for all of us, or are we just going to go the way we are?
I can do a craft checker right now and see what I can whip up.
Do a craft check right now just to see what you have in the closet.
Okay. With my...
Yep, your specialty.
Cool. And this is a dexterity or just intelligence or...
I'm going to go with composure.
Okay.
Holy shit.
You asked the guy who owns a tailor shop if he has any suits.
I have an honest question. How does one vampirically create garments?
Oh.
He doesn't, which is why I'm ignoring the messy. Oddly enough, he opens up the closet and has an eclectic array of suits for varying array of tastes that all of you can find according to your specific needs and wants and likes. Gentlemen, what do your suits look like? What do you choose? I'm curious. Roleplay this out for me.
Marion, I have never worn these suits before. What you see is what I typically wear: my t-shirts, my rolled up jeans, and occasionally a poncho over everything to keep warm.
Dante, just hold on. I'm going to take care of you. You don't have to think about this at all. This is not your strong suit, so hold on one moment. And Marion will try to select a suit with a very high collar, with something, and then like this nice, like a bowler hat that has something that can a wide rim that can cover as much of his face as possible. And he gets these like really dark, satiny, like just this really dark, slick suit to dress you up in, and sizes you up, and it's like, yep, this is the one, and it's as cleaned up as you're gonna get.
You kind of looks like Dante to you. It kind of looks like you just got like you would dress up your dog.
That's what I was thinking.
for Halloween. You feel ridiculous, but I mean, it does suit you.
Yeah.
Ha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll sit there and kind of move around in it. It's like stretch my arms and try to figure out how much movement I have in it. It's like I don't see the purpose of this, but
You look passable. It's fine.
Yes, compulsion are only on failures. Okay, and then we'll go over to Eli.
So I'm gonna go over and just pick, like a pair of just maybe black slacks, and just the plainest, maybe like dark gray shirt, button it on.
Okay.
I'm wearing my boots, and he's gonna pull his boots on, and as he's reaching down to pull his boots on, he's annoyed at the long sleeves, so he's gonna unbutton the cuffs and roll them up just past the elbow, and then pull his boots on. So just black slacks and a gray button-up dress shirt.
All right. And you know what? You pull it off. Perfectly fitting for a Bruja. And then I am genuinely curious, Redcap.
Tie. And he's wearing it. It's a standard the plainest suit he could have found in that closet.
Okay.
But specifically the thing about it is that he's wearing it. Have you ever put on a shirt after getting a really bad sunburn and you just stand there and you're trying not to move to hurt?
Yeah.
Like that's his stance. He's just
Oh, buddy.
Marion's gonna insist on a red tie. It has to match the hat.
For Redcap. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Even your grandsire doesn't dress like this.
I'm not happy. I will let you know I'm not happy about this. And at some point in the future, there will be retribution.
You know what would look great with that outfit, right? And I'm going to pull out the necklace and kind of
Put your devilry away.
All right. So, and then you have two directions in which you can go. Chinatown or to Elysium.
What time was the Elysium set for?
Currently, around 10 o'clock. Yeah. And it is currently 7 o'clock right now. You kind of feel like you have enough time maybe to get to Chinatown and back. Train schedules praying.
Well, we can always try to swing by Chinatown first, or we can leave it for tomorrow after we're officially Camarilla all together.
You could always borrow a car
yeah.
the way you do.
Well,
Was the last one even yours to begin with? Or did you swindle that out of somebody at a dealership of some kind?
oh, we were given that original car.
You're a terrible person. I realize that might seem a little sour coming from my mouth, but you're a terrible person.
Might I suggest we make our way to a fueling station and find somebody that's gone ahead and filled the tank for us before we borrow a vehicle?
This is why I like you, Eli. You think practically.
What's wrong with taking a little public transit?
You want to be on the city's schedule when we have to get things done the way we need to get them done, or should we be on our own schedule?
Well,
I can give you two reasons personally. One, cramped. Two, people. I just don't like them. Not that it's some kind of problem.
Right.
Also,
You
pointed
still
Dante.
have the car that you stole from the guy at the shop, at the house.
Oh, yeah, why don't we check and see if that car's still around the block?
I will go check on that right now. So I'm going to walk out and go walk back a couple blocks away where I parked it the night before and see if it's still there.
Okay, is anybody going with him just to check?
I will. I will go use Unseen Passage and follow him to make sure.
Okay. As you guys are traveling down downtown LA, you see the nightlife of the city prominently hit at this time period. The electric lights are up and flaring. The noir signing and lights of as low fog clings onto the skyscrapers of Los Angeles. Sailors walk down the streets, the sidewalks, and actually as you near your car, it looks to about sailors are about to deal some blows to some Mexican Americans. They seem to be trying to mind their own business as they're walking by them, but these sailors don't seem to have any inclination to let them go. They're wearing these large baggy suits with pinstripes on it as they're walking by, and they keep walking by.
How far away?
Currently passing by you.
Any other people around?
Yeah, it's a busy sidewalk.
Any alleyway nearby that we can grab and duck into?
Yeah.
So I'm going to use Blink to close in on the one.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Okay.
And
Turn to go
I'm
talk
going
to him.
Make a rouse check.
grab him and pull him into an alleyway.
I'm sorry, Dante. Did you want to do something?
They're aggravating the Mexican citizens, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I want to do something. I will watch for an alleyway, and since I am unseen, I will try to be in such a position that as they're walking by, I will reach out, grab one or two of them, and just throw them into the alleyway.
How many are there?
Sailors?
Yeah.
4.
There's 4 of them. So change my initial grab to I'll grab 2 and pull them into the alley.
Okay.
And I'm gonna feed on 1.
Just so you know, this is a major Masquerade breach. A huge one. You're in a busy, crowded downtown street. People are going to see you blink. They're going to see you grab 2 sailors and drag them into an alleyway after that.
Also, were you driving the car?
No, he was going to the car.
Yeah, we were walking to the car.
Okay.
So
shine the blink. How can I get to them in a reasonable amount of time without drawing attention? Just to kind of step in between to what's happening.
Yeah, you can do that.
So I'm going to do that and just kind of stumble into one of them, knocking him like into the wall or something. Kind of act like I'm inebriated or drunk.
Okay. And
focus.
Hey, watch where you're going, fucker.
Watch where you're going, fucker.
What business is it to you? Get the fuck out of here.
You walked into me.
They're doing it directly in front of your car, too. The fuck out of here.
Have they done anything to the vehicle?
No.
Can I just punch him? Not anything like crazy, but just punch him like a love tap for me.
Love tap.
Okay, roll an intimidation check as you do it. Yeah, you easily, boom, knock him down onto the ground.
Intimidation and...
we're gonna go with manipulation. Oh, shit. You punch him so hard that he goes flying across the sidewalk and he lands on his back. It looks like it hurt. Not in any supernatural strength, but you succeed enough for all the other sailors to gather around the injured sailor and just kind of pick him up. They look over and they're like, you know what, fuck it, sorry, all right, fuck it, and they both walk away.
Why don't you take care of your friend?
Compatriot, just like
Okay.
knocked cold. And the Zoot Suiters kind of look to you. You know, they say, you know, thank you. Begin walking along their way back to the direction in which they were going.
Okay.
Your car is still there. Well,
So,
your car.
I'm gonna hop in and pull her back around to the I'm gonna wait a minute because I'm assuming Dante is still unseen, so I'm gonna wait for him to join me in the vehicle, and then I'll pull around to the Taylor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll jump into the back seat.
Okay.
No, you don't have to ride back there every time, Dante.
It's better covered back here for me.
Pull on around.
All right.
I'm gonna honk the horn really obnoxiously when I pull up too.
It's an unfamiliar horn, and some asshole is honking right outside your shop.
Oh, of course.
Oh, who could that be?
I wonder.
I'm gonna reach out and start hitting the top of the car too with the horn, kind of making like a symphony of
We're
obnoxiousness.
gonna have a conversation with that boy.
I run outside and say, "This is not how we're entering the ball tonight."
As he's saying that, I'm gonna rev the engine really loud too. Just
You'll
smile
drive
at
You're
us.
walking by your
effectively.
shop wondering what is going on.
Just Marion, get in the car.
Your local business like neighbors kind of look over to you, being like, "Marion, what is going on?"
Just, I have a very rowdy driver tonight, but he'll be losing his tip very soon if he doesn't calm down.
Well, as long as it never happens again, Marion, you have a good evening, okay? And he closes his
Oh,
door.
you as well. Yes, have a good one.
Get your pretty arse in the car.
I'm going. And he gets in.
The door closes. Where to first?
Chinatown.
We might be able to take that trip. What do you guys think?
Well, I was doing a little more thinking, and if we attend our event tonight, then not only would we be part of the Camarilla, but we would not have to wear the suits anymore, and we could go to Chinatown at our leisure.
Then we go to the Elysium right now.
Yeah, I'd like to take this off.
Because I don't want you all tearing it apart, and I feel like Chinatown will find trouble, and this formal occasion, we will find people to talk to, and I like that.
I have nothing but respect for fine fashion. Now,
really?
Anyway, I do believe, as we're driving, of course, this is the conversation. Now, I know, Marion, you're very acquainted with the ways of the Camarilla balls and shite. But you two, how much do you know about going to this kind of a shindig?
I know we had to dress up silly to go, so I already am not fond of going.
Okay, rule number 1.
Silly to go.
That's
So
a Marion / Toreador thing. I am humoring our friend here right now with this.
I assume you're
Remember
driving
what-
as you're doing this. Okay, no problem.
I would remember what this looks like because you'll never see it again. 2, there will be mortals there, but they'll be aware of what they're there for. These kinds of parties, and Elysium is think of it like sanctuary. Do you know what sanctuary is in a church?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Elysium's like that if you mixed it with a party where you can drink people to death.
Death, you say?
Yeah. There's usually vessels available, depending on who's running things. And well, if my memory serves me right, and Marion is correct, and we're going to a Malkavian location that's hosting this kind of a party, your guess is as good as mine as to how they'll be serving refreshments. So, best to understand, there's a couple rules. You don't use your capabilities while you're at an Elysium. We don't use our talents. There's some you can kind of get away with. If you were happen to hear something, no one would hold it against you, but not exactly going to be going all big shaggy on everybody while we're there myself, nor will you, pointing at Dante, be disappearing on us while we're there. That is a big no-no.
Okay.
Throck, would you like to prepare to playing the prince for me?
Oh yeah, I think there's about 3 NPCs there's at least 2 they'd probably have to go through before getting to the prince. So I'm ready to go.
With Justicar's grandchild, I'm gonna say.
They'll still have to talk to the keeper. Like you can't nobody just
The seneschal and the keeper.
Yeah.
So in other words, Red Cap.
Also, I sent you a DM on Twitter.
Okay. So we basically go in there, behave ourselves, don't use any of our talents that we've learned, and it's okay.
That's a good start. I'm not going to be teaching you the deeper stratus and techniques of our dance macabre we got going on now. But to keep yourself safe, get us out of this situation as fast and safely as possible, I suggest you do nothing that you wouldn't do in front of your mortal mother.
I don't have to bow to anybody, do I?
Just... Actually... Yes, you do.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, when you see the prince, you need to take a knee.
A knee?
Yes. Genuflecting, it's called. You take 2 steps forward, you genuflect, put your both arms out as wide as possible, and bow your head.
If you're screwing with me, Redcap, no milk for you tonight.
I never would. This is serious business. Both of you. You have to listen.
Okay.
I'm going to take your words on this one, Redcap.
Every act of trust has one first step, so this is ours.
That it is.
Bowing.
Also,
there's more?
Well, there's a lot, but I'm trying to give you the bullet points. This is a gathering of... It's a gathering of vampires. We know who we are and what we are together. This is why that you don't have to disappear once we're inside. Dante. You can be openly yourself. You are accepted there as much as one can be within the camera. It's an odd concept. You're going to be an insider, outsider, if you get what I mean.
I'll take your word and just roll with how things unfold once we get in the door.
It's good. It's a good idea. We're going to have to talk to a few people as well as we go through. Again, do your best. Yes and no answers. Other than that, try not to draw attention to yourselves. You're going to be entering in as... think of it like your probationary members in a club. You're not full members yet. Technically, myself and Marion, we already went through this whole rigmarole, so we have our walking papers, so to speak. But that's not what that word is for. Regardless, you two, that's what happens when you try to be extra wordy.
And at this moment is when Eli the Bruja pulls in to an elegant mansion of stark white color. He pulls in through this roundabout with a fountain in the middle of the garden. And as he does, a footman comes forward to open the door for you. And just as you're pulling out, you see what appears to be a private detective leaving, wearing some sort of trench coat. Yes.
I really wanted to add the narrative moment where the Camarilla coterie is leaving just as they come in.
Great minds.
Okay, good. Yeah.
And the car leaves in front of you. And as you pull up, you are sat down or not sat down. You stand up as the footman says, "Hello and welcome to Elysium. It appears we have some new faces joining us today. Good evening, gentlemen."
Good evening. We're wondering as to what the proper festivities for court are tonight. Is there any proper business that's being performed, or is this more of a simple salon style?
A little bit of both, actually. If you go to the Seneschal, they can, or the Harper of Elysium, actually, they will be able to tell you the actual festivities of today.
Thank you very much. I'll make sure that they don't make too much of a ruckus.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Okay, so the Keeper of Elysium, Harper Dustvale. Sorry, I am an anarch at heart. I don't go into Camarilla all too often. Yes, for the Toreador here, Marion, you are aware that the Keeper of Elysium is Harper Dustvale, a Malkavian.
Yes. We wish to be speaking to Harper as soon as possible.
Okay. And as you walk in, you enter into the interior. The interior is yellow painted walls with all sorts of flamboyances along the ceilings, and the rest of the entirety of the mansion itself. There's a lot of bright colors, stark, which very tastefully done, but also mix-matched furniturings inside of the entrance, and a footman wearing the white satin gloves and professional formal attire directs you into a certain room. And as you enter in, it appears to be a ballroom, correct, Throck?
So it's essentially an intimate library / dining room with about 30 people in it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple alcoves with books in them and a large single table.
A room for entertaining purposes. And like Throck said, it is a library with fine wood, almost like a rich mahogany, and the bookshelves are filled and lined with all sorts of literature and signed there. As you should see in the Roll20 now, it looks a little bit something like that as you walk inside. And there are a number of people who are up and about right now and also sitting down at the same time, mingling and scheming, perhaps, speaking with one another. And as they do, you can tell, and especially both Miriam and Connery know, that this is like... Red Cap, no. This is a bit like watching sharks circle around prey a little bit. Only the prey is words, and the sharks are vampires. They walk around of all sorts of people, and Marion, you see the Malkavian Keeper of Elysium doing her obvious things, speaking with some notable member of their own clan. And as she does, Throck, what does Harper look like today?
Harper is dressed relatively simply in a kind of white button-up blouse and a long pencil skirt that is this kind of red-green flannel with a black on it. She's got pumps, and she has a generally pleasant disposition about her. She seems to be engaged in conversation with a middle-aged gentleman wearing kind of a tweed suit and tan pants and got leather patches on it, kind of unkempt hair. Marion, you probably know who that person is. That's Oster Cross. He's the he's the Malkavian Primogen.
There you go.
He's not the Ventru Primogen. He's also not the Ventru Prince. He's the Malkavian Primogen of Los Angeles.
Okay. And yeah, she kind of looks half into the conversation and half outside of it as well. Like her attention is drifted elsewhere, and she looks around. She does notice you, Marion.
I walk up and approach her.
Okay.
You want me to take it?
Take it.
Okay. Marion?
Yes, indeed, in the flesh.
It's been a little while. Where have you been hiding?
That's not so much hiding, so much as starting a lucrative business.
Yes, I heard about the suits. Is that going well?
Absolutely. I mean, take a look at what all I'm and my companions are wearing.
They are spectacular suits. And you were a little thrown off by the Nosferatu dressed in one.
I see. Yes, you brought some friends in your suits. I've got to be honest, they don't look like they normally wear those kind of suits.
It was a bit of a struggle to find one that would fit just right for some of them. But
Yeah.
I find that we really wanted to put on a good impression because they're looking to join the Camarilla tonight.
Oh, really? Well, the formal festivities have already kind of ended. People are just talking. But do they have any lineage that we should know about? Do they have any previous people who have spoken for them? Would we know them from somewhere?
I'll leave this up to Conry. Would Miriam be aware of Redcap's lineage?
He's kept it kind of close to the vest. He's made it known that he's connected, but I don't think he's ever openly said exactly what his connection is. Just that he's basically like kind of like when an estranged son from a royal family or something is just like, yeah, my dad's big, whatever.
Gotcha. So
that kind of thing.
This would be an interesting mic drop moment.
Yeah. He walks over, giving proper a short half-waist bow.
Hello.
Good evening. My name is Redcap. That is what I go by. My true name is Ambrose, and I am descended from the line of Xavier.
Interesting. I need to make a roll for her real quick. Please hold. What would that be? That would be probably wits and politics, with a specialty in Camarilla, politics.
How much dice is that?
I've got it right here. Because I have a character sheet. Smeet, wink. Okay. You're that Redcap.
That would be me. Yes.
Descendant of a Justicar.
Ooh.
Fascinating. What brings you into the city?
I've decided to make my permanent home somewhere else. I felt that New York and Chicago were getting far too stuffy. Most people coming into those cities were finding just too much. So I took some time traveling cross-country, as our brood is wont to do, and I found myself here.
Fascinating.
And
So, yes, Mary.
Redcap and I stumbled upon these two fresh faces who just had so much potential. Just relative nobodies, but sheer power. I've just been in awe, and I knew that they would fit right in with the Camarilla and able to enforce our virtues and whims.
Could you make a charisma plus manipulation check?
Oh, you got it.
Or not manipulation, I'm sorry. Etiquette.
Persuasion, I would say.
Persuasion and manipulation?
Okay.
Because he doesn't know he's being intentionally deceptive.
Okay. That's true, I guess.
So, sorry, is it persuasion charisma or
It's-
persuasion?
Yeah.
Persuasion, charisma.
Okay.
Powerful, you say? How so? Are they hold a great deal of money? Do they know important people? Who are they? What did you bring them over? Let's meet them, shall we?
Yes. Mainly, I was impressed by their pure physical strength. Just able to hold their own in any sort of fight, and that's the kind of type we need to hunt down the scoundrels and betrayers to our cause.
Harper looks disappointed when you say they're physical. What betrayers are those? Do you know something I don't?
There's always people who oppose our great system here. So
I do believe that what Marion is trying to imply is that there will always be those. You of course remember the great. I'm blanking on it for a second here. The Anarch Revolt. That's right.
Mm-hmm. The first one.
Oh, you do remember the first Anarch Revolt and the results of that, and we must be vigilant against those kinds of things.
Yes. Are these? Are you bringing in more Radiance people? We really don't need more rabble rousers. I know the Prince is just looking to keep things quiet, and Radiant keeps trying to kick over the bee's nest.
At this moment, almost as if on a cue, Jeremy McNeil and Salvador Garcia walk into the room.
Oh, speaking of the Anarchs.
And they go over to speak with Lucille Oberhoff. Min.
Do you know them?
Possibly by reputation, if they are who I believe they are.
Yes, it's Jeremy McNeil and Salvador Garcia. He's quite a rakish fellow, I think. But I will say, it's fascinating that they are here. They always talk about how they don't want chains, and yet they try to put the same chains on their people that we put on ours, sending them on petty little errands. They're one of us. I find it ironic, that's all. But I believe that we should live and let live, you know.
Yes, I agree. Just live and let live.
So, what are you looking to make a formal introduction to the Prince?
Yes, absolutely. I'd love to.
Okay, great.
Yes.
In the appropriate tradition of presentation, they were not brought forth by their masters. They were left. So they need to be presented.
And so, as you know, New Camarilla within the city, there's a 60-day probationary period, and someone must speak for them, and the crimes of the child are still visited upon the sire, whether or not they're the actual sire or not. So will you two be speaking for these two gentlemen?
Yes.
Yes.
That is our intention.
Excellent. Well, yes, I'll go speak to the Prince and see if she can see you this evening. There has been a list, but given Marion, it's good to see you, and that we have such august company as one of the lineage of Xavier. Perhaps I would imagine she would be willing to speak with you this evening.
Thank you for your time.
Of course. And she totters off.
Oh, I hate doing that.
I just slowly release a breath, and it's like,
This entire time I've been back a little ways, just kind of like awkwardly nodding at everyone that I happen to see, like, "Hi, how's it going?"
At that moment,
kind of made my way up to Marion and Redcap, and I'm just gonna lean in and go, "Is that one I have to bow to? Do I need to bow to that one?"
Not yet. No,
not
we'll
yet. No.
At that moment, though, Eli, you lock gaze with Jeremy McNeil. He sees you as he is speaking to a woman from the back. Her back is to you, but his eyesight seems to you as if he was distracted for a little bit. Gives a noticing glance and comes back down to you as she was engaged with Salvador.
I'll just give him a toothy little grin, like.
Redcap, we might need to tell our employers of what we're planning tonight.
Not here. That would be absolute fucking suicide if you did.
Well, we need to make sure they're not.
I'll put it this way. I think they're smart fellows, and they'll understand.
I'd like to just remind of the conversation in the car about how subtle powers are okay here, like hearing. We should probably be careful of what is said, like employer and things like that.
At that moment is when Jeremy comes and excuses himself for the conversation that they're in. It didn't look like an argument of any sort. They looked to be having some sort of sincere engagement. As Brujas do, they tend to be. They label themselves as philosopher kings. And as he walks over, I'm sorry.
Because they are.
Damn right they are. And as he comes over, he says, "Marion, you didn't mention you are bringing new faces into the fold. Jeremy McNeil, honor to meet you all."
Yes. Sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I was hoping to see you here and, get to see the occasion.
We're being spoken for today.
I'm sure you are. It's interesting, a line of work that you would choose inside of the Camarilla, though. He doesn't seem to lower his voice. As you can know, such a restrictive organization like this isn't one to probably feign and adapt it into the modern society that we're going to find ourselves in the coming years. I'm sure you don't agree, though. Quite loyal. You are.
I believe the Camarilla
Elbow
way.
fucking elbows Eli hard.
Go ahead, Marion.
I believe the Camarilla way has stood the test of time and will continue to do so.
That seems to be one way of putting it.
Some of the best lessons can be learned in chains.
Some of the best lessons could be learned in change. In change.
Chains.
Change. Oh, you're fucking with me. Slaps you on the back of the shoulder. Well, our door is always open to you, if you ever want. Freedom is the ultimate goal. And I've fought worse than ivory towers. I fought the English multiple times.
Oh, we're not here to go ahead and fight any ivory towers. We're here to make sure that the ivory tower is secure and taken care of.
I'm sure you are. And I'm pray that we don't find ourselves on the opposite sides of battlefield.
I doubt we would.
I pray that we don't. And he turns around and walks away.
I know we
And
are.
Harper comes walking back up.
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't think you knew Mr. McNeil. Seems like
No,
he knew you.
He just came over to introduce himself.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. Well, the princess told me.
To be fair to him, he did introduce himself to Marion. I didn't know you were bringing new faces in.
He's heard of me, and it's hard not to hear of me in my line of work.
Well, of course.
The hard eye roll.
Yeah. And the Nosferatu behind him just kind of looks down at himself. And
Yes, so the prince is ready to see us?
Yes. Just one moment, please. Okay. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. Come with me. And they take you. She takes you into one of the back alcoves, and sitting back there talking with one of her retainers is a woman with dark curly hair and freckles across her face. She's wearing, if you know who Marlena Dietrich is, those sort of that female cut male suit, right? Where it's kind of close waisted and it's kind of this kind of worsted brown wool with a white top, big glasses. And she looks up and goes, "Oh, hello, Marion. It's good to see you again. I'm glad to see you in Elysia. It's been a while. And you have your friends with you here, Mr. Redcap, yes?
That
Yes.
would be me.
And who are your other two friends here?
Marion takes...
Double checking. This was the prince, not the.
This is the prince, yes.
This is the
Yeah,
prince.
this is the prince. Yeah.
Marion takes a knee and it says, "I would like to present you with two new cavalry recruits, fresh from the streets, ready to serve.
I'm going to
Please
step
introduce
forward
yourself.
on that cue and kind of adjust my pant legs a little bit and take a knee. And
Wait, what? No, stop that. What is that? Stand up.
And Dante's about to start it and see what's going on.
What are you doing? Stand up. Stand up.
my apologies. I was told we needed to take a knee.
Someone was clearly having fun with you. That's ridiculous.
Just glares at Red Cap.
You don't need to roll anything to see that glare.
Obviously. The respect, though.
Marion was already standing up.
My name is Eli.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Eli. From what bloodline do you hail?
My sire is, I guess you would say, kind of a traveling soul.
What clan? Yes, what clan?
Oh, I'm sorry. I am from Clan Bruja.
Oh, excellent. Okay. And you, Dante, sir, I don't mean to presume, but I assume you are a Nosferatu.
You presume correctly, Prince.
Yes. Marion, you understand that security during wartime is incredibly tight.
Yes, absolutely.
And that newcomers are watched over very carefully.
Yes.
We know that the Inquisition is after us. There was an attack in Long Beach last night, and we believe that they may have some involvement in it.
Really? This is the first I've heard of it.
Yes. And so to bring two new people in like this means you would have to speak for them, and Redcap would have to speak for them. And should something happen to them, the same punishment would be meted upon you.
I am aware of the consequences and the responsibility, and I'm happy to take it.
The greatest threat to the Camarilla right now is these Inquisition, government, whatever they are. I am deadly serious when I say that any member brought into the fold who threatens the security of the people of this city, the justice that will come to them will be incredibly quick, incredibly violent, and incredibly final.
I understand, Prince. I swear on my very being that I have brought in trustworthy recruits.
And for a moment, all four of you feel the weight of her age on her. She exudes a level of presence that feels like it stretches back millennia. There is just this feeling of power. And Redcap, you understanding the way you feed, I would imagine you're a little bit more particularly attuned to finer varietals of, and this is an old vampire.
Yeah, he committed diablerie too, so.
Yeah, this is an old vampire. And so she'll continue. So Redcap, what brings you into the city? I heard that you want to make your home here. I fully support it. Any child of Xavier's is a friend of mine.
Well, I took my time traveling across the country. The New York was becoming far too overgrown for my tastes and my.
So I've heard.
Moved to Chicago thinking I might find a place that had some openness to it, and again, the towers loomed a little too high for my taste. And took some time, crossed through the Rockies. It was rather treacherous. I was not as aware of the issues that were going on there. But I found my way here. And I do find the temperature to be a nice change of pace from what I'm used to. from my childhood and where I've been residing over the past 60 years. I find your city rather pleasant.
It is pleasant, and the beautiful thing about Los Angeles is that there's so much of it and so few of us, that as long as everyone plays by the same rules, no one steps on anyone's toes. I'm sure there are people I've never met, and they've never broken a single tenant that anyone's ever heard of, and so we don't need to worry about it. It's a big city, and the Gangrel have an amazing domain here, up in the valley. And I would imagine that the Primogen would love to show it to you, because I know how the clan loves to roam, and there's space here. We welcome new people as long as they understand that it is a time of war and this is an important place. So, with that, I'm sure if you're bringing 2 people in front of me, they know the traditions already, and it'll be easy for them to recite them.
I would like to add an addendum, Prince. A female's voice speaks from behind you. A familiar female voice to you, Connery. In a dark corner of the room, under a lit cigarette that reveals wolf-like eyes, is a woman with short-cut black hair, wearing a white button-down shirt held by suspenders and gray pants. It's your sire, Sable. And she says, well, I would like to take that punishment. Mama Bear needs to protect her cub, after all. And that is where we'll end tonight's stream.
Yeah, fucking blighter.
Everybody at this party?
Yeah,
I am going to tell your mother.
That's
Hold
called
one on me at Elysium.
Elysium is everybody at the party. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
It's I love
going in my
this.
notes right now. Tell Red Cap's vamp mom.
Oh, I'm sorry. I could not help. But
No, that was classic there. Setting 2 newbies up that way.
It's his sense of humor. It was out of love.
And, all right. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us for today. My name is Quinn Sullivan, and we'll go around the corner real quick. I'm your storyteller for today. We'll go around the rounds real quick, and we'll ask what everybody's favorite part was today, and we'll start with Dante.
In general, just the way it unfolded, and then to really watch the way Marion's character just kind of really unfolded with his personality and stuff was classic, and just really enjoyable. And then, of course, the whole bowing to the prince situation was phenomenal. I'm sitting here listening to him look serious and telling that this is what you got to do. Inside me, as an old player and stuff, he's setting me up for something. But no, it was all good all the way across the board tonight, guys. Thank you.
All right, we'll go over to Connery.
It was nice.
My bad.
I mean, I did enjoy the the combat a little bit. Being able to wolf out is always an enjoyable thing when you're the Gangrel. You get to do it maybe. Like, you think that they do it all the time, but they really only get to do it maybe like 3 or 4 times tops during an entire campaign, the way I've at least played. And so those times are a lot of fun to be able to dive in and really show off they are definitely monsters. So giving us the opportunity to have a little quick combat situation in there was fun, but I also just enjoyed messing around with you guys the most. Like, I mean, dice and killing NPC, faceless red shirts is all fun and stuff, but being with a group of players that understands the tomfoolery and the general fuckery that a character like Redcap would do and not get sore at him for it, or sore at me as a player for it.
Oh, no.
It shows you guys understand.
No, I knew you were going to do it when it got brought to the car. That was beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was hoping that's what it was.
And I hope that gain is better, guys. And then we'll go over to Eli Celts.
So, yeah, my favorite part was the bowing. Getting shot to hell, probably not so much, but yeah, the whole bow setup was just beautiful. It's something I would have probably tried to do had I had the resources to do it. And mental note, I might try to make some kind of a bad mockery of it sometime down the road in the campaign. Who knows? But yeah, no, definitely the bowing. That was super fun. I couldn't wait to do it.
Perfect. And then we'll go on over to, last but not least, everybody's favorite Toreador, Timmy, Skeleton. Shit, sorry.
I'm gonna need you to not call me Timmy.
I'm sorry.
Tonight's session had a little of everything, and I really love that we narrowly escaped from very deadly weapons. We got to unravel a mystery together, even at the cost of my precious fabric. Just like having the little bits of like, we're seeing so much of the vampire world, but we're also seeing the tension starting in the mortal world, and having Eli and Dante like intervening with some sailors. I thought was a really nice touch.
Yes, remember your chronicle tenets, as always.
I was sweating so much when I heard that going on. I'm like, oh crap, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves into the Camarilla tonight. And well, why don't we have like 6 masquerade breaches before we show up? Why not? That's the most anarch thing you can fucking do.
We'll go in as criminals. That's fine, right? Just go in the jail cell. But yeah, no, we had a lot of everything, and just like everyone at this party, like I'm realizing how deep we are in this, and I don't know if Marion's gonna be able to keep this up, because this is like way above his pay grade.
You're a Toreador, you'll be fine.
And a big thank you to Throck. Because I did not expect them to go this direction, and I was like, it was just a last minute fluke today too, where I was like, hey buddy, you want to come in today? And he was like, yeah, sure, if you want me. I was like, well, only if you want. And he was like, I'll be there. I was like, thank God. And like, when you guys were like, yeah, let's go to the Camarilla, I was like, oh, thank God Throck's here. So Throck, what'd you enjoy about today's stream?
I got to show you inside the gilded cage where power lives and words can kill. I love the Camarilla, man. I don't care what anybody says. I'm a politics nerd, and I love the fact that you guys decided to go in this direction. I thought everything you guys did tonight was great. I want to give a shout out to Soul for adding in the mortal tensions as well, because I think it's important to realize it's important to give yourself a sense of space, right? Like, you're not in just any city at any point in time. You're in a specific place at a specific time when specific fucked up shit is happening. And I think it's awesome that each of the games are starting to build that up and create a world to play in. And so I think Soul did a great job of that tonight. And I wanted to shout out to him, but I think you guys did amazing. Mary, like the amount of times you can freak out in one night, I don't understand. Like, it's amazing. It's fucking awesome. Like, I loved it. It was great. Yeah, no, I just had fun being here hanging out too. So I'm glad to be here.
Sweet. And yeah, now, ladies and gentlemen, please be sure to follow all of these people on Twitter. They all do amazing things, and they, spend a lot of their time doing a bunch of work. Like, so much shit that I can't even list the amount of stuff that they do and say. And I'll let them do it for themselves real quick. So under 30 seconds or less, please tell us where people can find you on the internet and what you're doing, starting with Marion. Go.
Skella_Tim on Twitter. You can find me playing every Sunday night, Walk the Plank, at 8 o'clock Eastern on Encounter Roleplay. And I sometimes stream on Twitch too. It's also Skeleton, but not with the underscore. And that's probably it. Okay.
And going over to Paul.
Hi, Monk2774 on Twitter. You can find me here on Tuesdays and every other Thursday with Welcome to the Party in the Shadowrun Atlantis.
Great game. And then over to Eli.
The Celts on Twitter. I do the miniatures painting thing from time to time. I'm here every Tuesday, and then I also alternate Mondays on Uncanny Adventures. We're playing a Wild West Call of Cthulhu game. So besides that, yeah, it's
Really?
pretty fun. Yeah, it'll be on this Monday and then every other Monday from there on. But yeah, should be cool.
We need that information.
Yeah. Anyway, Connery.
I am on Twitter at the Connery. I am also on Twitter with my channel at Team Devil's Luck. Every Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we run a Vampire 5th Edition Modern Nights game called Overture on Nocturne. We also are now doing every Monday doing a podcast style kind of sit down roundtable with myself and whoever I can get to sit down next to me. We call Devil's Playground. So we talk and muse about gaming in general on those nights, 8 p.m. Eastern again, and more stuff coming soon. Way more games coming soon.
Just hit 30 seconds. You are good, sir. Damn, right on the money. And of course, you can watch the Camarilla game tomorrow on Welcome Party RPG, where their coterie made a slight appearance today. In particular, one of my favorite Bruja private investigators. Anyway, go check them out tomorrow at, what's the time again? 5:30?
8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific.
8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. Nailed it. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next week. If you missed a little bit, the YouTube video will be up Friday. Stay tuned to the Soulbear Twitter RPG page for that. And until then, we'll see you guys next week. All right, adios. Bye.
See you guys later.